Well, mate, I'm in the Mayfair Massive, mate. Mayfair, mate. It's a little part of London, mate. One of London, what I kind of call a bit of the central area of London. And it's Mayfair, mate. So I'm having a little looky around Mayfair. They've got a couple of the classic old shops you get around here, a few parks, and derelict buildings, man. You know how much I love derelict buildings, man. I'm jumping in their windows, mate, and seeing what they got on them, mate. So I'm having a look around. So, like, how it got called Mayfair was because they always used to have a fair in May, which is pretty obvious how it got called Mayfair, mate. Proper, and then the fair didn't come here anymore because the circus didn't make enough out of the money, like out of the estate or anything like that, mate. And they decided they were going to give it to Monopoly afterwards. So that's where you find it on a Monopoly board, mate, because it's Mayfair, mate. It's Mayfair. It's one of the places you buy a Monopoly. And what's this, mate? Dirty Martini, mate. Dirty Martini, mate. I bet that girl's right dirty. She's called Martini Dirty, mate. And I'm having a look around. What's a muster point, mate? A muster point. Oh, I think what a muster point is, mate. I think it could be a prostitute something where if you sit outside, mate, muster around, mate, and all of a sudden, mate, you get a bird. You've got to remember that myself. So, having a little look around the Mayfair area, massive of London. And what's this here, mate? We've got a few more sandwiches, food, mate, food for people, poor starving chaps like me, mate, around here. And they've even got, is that another Starbucks? They've got a Starbucks like everywhere around here, mate. Bus, mate, 55, mate, 55. Bus, mate, 55, 25, mate. One of the hardest things around here, mate, is trying to see who's English and who can understand you around here, mate. I've just had to ask a couple of people for directions. And I said to him, mate, is this Mayfair? And he goes, Mayfair? No fair here. I said, no, Mayfair. And he goes, yes, this is Mayfair. And I was just like, well, why not tell me that to begin with? And I was just like trying to find the place and that and things. And I tell you something, mate, what do people wear around these parts, mate? I mean, they think they're going to Mayfair around here, mate. They think the fair was still on with some of the clothing they got around here, mate, and things like that. And they got this place called Itsu, mate. I guess it's named after the Shih Tzu dog or something. It's so beautiful, mate. It's got to be Japanese or Chinese or something down that kind of area, I reckon. But in all fairness, mate, everyone's quite friendly around here, mate. Unless you find the occasional terrorist that's ready to blow you up, you're perfectly fine around these parts, mate. So yeah, I'm actually starting to enjoy this place. It's not a bad little area, man. It's still got the red telephone boxes that majority don't exist anywhere else in the country anymore because they don't want them anymore, mate. So, oh, mate, got a mobility scooters here, mate. With the little moped things, mate. You know me and mopeds, mate. You know me. In London, it seems that the toilets are actually public phones. They are public toilets, mate. I'm not even going to try and like take money out of that, mate. I'm going to tell you it'll be a shit ending to that one. So it's like, I guess it's kind of like been used as like a nightmare on Shit Street, mate, or something like that, mate, or a nightmare on Mayfair Street. Fuck that. Well, mates, they say that Mayfair on Monopoly is one of the most expensive parts of London, mate, but I beg to differ, mate. What's this? Chelsea Building Society, mate. Chelsea Building Society, man. I don't need a building society. I've even got a proper decent house. Let's be honest, mate. Whoever invented the bike clock did never come to Mayfair because it's gonna get fucking stolen, mate. Feel sorry for the poor bastard's got to ride his bike to work tomorrow, mate. Want to buy a bike? That's gone. So, ugh. I think someone's taking a piss there, mate. Someone's pissed on the road, mate. Dirty bastards. So it's like, I think this is what you call really one of the more quiet parts of London, mate. I don't see like a crowd of people, like a herd of elephants coming towards you or anything like that. They've got, what's this, mate? Kodak Express, mate. That's the place to go if you want to get photos sorted, mate. You've also got the Salvation Army. Kind of like, if you don't know what the Salvation Army is, mate, then you obviously don't know about anything, mate, if you don't know what the Salvation Army are. And I think that's probably about it, mate, around here so far, I found. I thought there's plenty more, but it's just making the effort to have a look for it all, really. I mean, it's obviously going to be a big area, mate. This is Mayfair, mate. Proper, the most poshest part of what's supposed to be London, mate. I think fucking well not, mate. Proper, I reckon there's more sorted areas here, mate, where I'm going to get big surprises when I get down the Monopoly board to like Whitehall or something like that. Well, I'm still in Mayfair and we're having a little look around. This seems to be what I call the designer clothes outlet, mate. We've got all these fancy designs for clothes. I'm just like, whoa, mate, hang on a minute, mate. Some people even getting people like open to their cars, start taking their clothes as tip. I'm just like, that's fucking quality, that is, man. That's what I need, mate. A butler. I should get myself a butler or something like that. And I'm having a look around and just Williamson, Regus, they've all got names around here. Well, I think that's a bit too much we've actually explaining Mayfair, mate, so I'm probably not going to do too much more explaining about these ones. It's just so big. But I think we've explored parts of Mayfair, so big up the Mayfair Massive, innit?